Jessica Parker. This is Vibrant Life, episode 40. I'm a holistic health coach with a master's in health psychology, and I'm a fitness instructor. So it's been a minute since I've been in here. I've been really, really busy, and you're going to find out why. So this is a little different than what I'm normally talking about, which is more, health related stuff, but it's so important that I wanted to really share this. So I'm in Oregon, and as with everybody else, I think, we see that things are a little nutty. And before I go on, today is April 12th. And by the way, it was snowing here. Welcome to Oregon. Snowing and hail, which is not normal. Well, hail, we can get, spring can be a little dicey in Oregon sometimes. But yeah, it was full on snowing. So moving on. So I wanted to share my journey with, everything that's been going on in our world. I am a Christian. I do come at things with that perspective. And so I will share a little bit about that. But I really want to talk about getting involved because, yes, this is going to have some political stuff. You cannot avoid that at this point. I really want to say, though, that it shouldn't be red versus blue. It shouldn't be Republican versus Democrat. It's really about, everybody coming together and doing what's best for the good of everyone. Yeah, we're not always going to agree on everything, but Oregon is going downhill. And I have really felt a call on my life to get involved somehow for the past year. I've also really been growing in my faith in a lot of different ways that I never expected. And it started happening like right before the whole pandemic hit. I was praying about it. And then everything, it's like we've been in this like earthquake, I feel like spiritually. And my life has really been changed in the spiritual realm for in a lot of really great reasons. And I'm not going to dive all into that, but I will say that there are certain people that I've really been learning from and listening to, and I took part in this event online, and then recently I did another one of theirs that was in person, and they really talk about the 7 mountains of culture. And I have felt, I need to be involved more. I don't know what that looks like. I really don't. And then I felt like government somehow that I need to be involved because I sit back, and let other people do it, right? And you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to offend anyone, and you don't want to talk about anything that other people are not going to like you for, right? That happens a lot. Well, I'm sorry, but it's time to speak up. And so I would say it's been a year that it's been on my heart. Okay, get involved somehow. I have no experience. I don't know how to get involved. I don't want some kind of position where I'm out front and center. No, thank you. But I want to get involved. I don't want to just be like, well, here's my opinion, or I'll show up to rallies, or I'll support you. I do all that. But what else? So in these events, the Rise events, restore7.com, you can go and find out more. Johnny and Elizabeth Enlow and their team put these together, and they're amazing. I participated in the first one online last year. I was sad. I wanted to be there in person, but I signed up too late. It filled up really fast. But you really go through and find out more about where God has called you in terms of what God has for you and your gifts and your talents, and where in what part of culture. So the 7 mountains are economy, family, education, business. There's 7 of them. I'm not going to remember all of them right now, but arts and entertainment. Anyway, so I actually printed off the workbook. You can order it. You can order their printed version, but when I was doing this, I was like, I want it right now. So I just did the online version, or the virtual, the PDF, and I printed it off. Anyway, it's so awesome and interesting, and really helps you discover, like I said, where God has placed you in terms of your gifts and talents. And it's not necessarily just one place. we're all multidimensional people, right? So I did feel really validated because I feel like I'm called to be in this holistic health realm, very much so. In fact, I'm wanting to dive deeper into like the functional medicine side of things. So I have felt validated through learning all of this stuff, and teacher is one of my areas, education, and not with little kids, but I feel like I am a teacher. So that has been very validating. But let me fast forward or explain more. In 2019, I went to a rally in Salem, Oregon at the Capitol because they were trying to push mandates for the sauce in the arm for kids, for all sauce. And this was pre-pandemic, okay? So my child is sauced. So this is where I'm gonna draw the line and say, do not come at me and call me certain anti-you-know-what names. He has most of them. I was really kind of taken aback when I started hearing people say, well, they're gonna have to all have the flu sauce and the HPV and stuff like that. No, thank you. And I started doing a lot more research and, all the things, and just really not okay with the fact that kids nowadays, by the time they're like my son's age, he's 16, have 70 plus of these different varieties of quote sauce. So you'll hear a lot of older people say, oh, well, I got all of them when I was, whatever. Yeah, you had like 5, and I'm not kidding, like 5. And now they have 70 plus, and we have so many different mental health things and learning behaviors and just, so many different autoimmune conditions and everything going through the roof. And they're, I don't know, perhaps there's a connection. But that aside, I saw Mark Thielman, who's running for governor of Oregon. I saw him speak there. He was really speaking up for kids, and he was really talking about, he was the superintendent of LC, and just the amount of attention he gives parents and children, and just the him wanting to have a different kind of education system was like really, it just really spoke to my heart. And I was like, dang, I wish we lived there. I had taken my son out of school because of a lot of crap, just drama that was going on, and he was diagnosed with ADD. And no matter how many times and how many different ways and how many different people I talked to and plans we had for him, nobody ever actually helped. It was like, we'll make this plan, but we're not going to do it kind of thing. So anyway, I took him out of school, and he's homeschooled and doing much better. So, but that was my first encounter with Merck. And he did say that he was going to run for governor. And I'm like, well, I'm voting for you. Like I felt like he's somebody for the people. Well, I've seen him at different rallies since, and then learned a lot more about what he stands for. He has, when things shut down, he did at first, his districts, he shut them down, or his district, he shut the schools down, but then reopened with all these safety precautions in place. And, definitely, like, if your kid is sick, keep them home, and really gave the respect to parents, that, what, we're going to get through this together. And I know that you guys are going to do the right thing, and we're going to all be a team. And they had 0 cases of the virus connected to their schools. And I've heard about, a student that was really struggling and depressed, as many of them were, and that Mark actually went and picked him up and took him to school and got that kid through. So I just have really felt impressed about how he is on a personal level, and not just, the talk, which I used to just listen to the talking points and, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's what I want to hear, and I voted that way. Sometimes I didn't vote. And I voted on both sides of the aisle. So again, like, this isn't about red or blue, but I really learned to do my own research and watch actions and not words. So fast forward, the whole reason, you're probably like, you're talking about different things, because I'm talking about this program and these people, and then Mark Thielman, feeling called to government somehow and not knowing, like, I just kind of let that sit and was like, okay, God, you'll show me. I'm not going to sit here and try and figure it out. I've done that in my life and it doesn't work very well. So I'm like, you will show me. And I knew it wouldn't be like in 5 minutes, even though that's how I want things to work, but I just let it sit. Time passed, and then I went to this Rise event in Bend, and this one was about government and economy. So I'm a business person, so the economy piece of it speaks to me, but then government speaks to me because, it's been sitting there like, I feel like I'm supposed to get involved, but I don't know how. So I went, and it was super amazing. I really feel like there's so much going on now that we need to be involved in. I want to be involved in it. I feel like God has big purposes in what's happening. And I know people are scared and feel like the world is ending. And I really don't believe that. And I really feel like this like turmoil is going to shake loose things that need to be shaken loose. And it's going to bring like good things out and the bad things out that need to be exposed. I mean, we are seeing that, and I want to be involved in a better world. So that's why I've done this program. And when I was in Bend at this event, I left on Sunday feeling like, even more inspired, even more tools and resources, connections, all the things. And I wasn't there on Sunday, but I knew that they were going to do a question and answer thing on Sunday at Eagle Mountain Church. And so Monday I got it online, I pulled it up and I was playing the replay, and Mark Thielman and his wife were there, along with a couple other people running for different positions that I wasn't familiar with, but they came up to the front, and the Enlows prayed for them, and Pastor Hobby prayed for them. And I knew because he was there. There was just, I'm sure everybody can relate to a time where you're like, this is on purpose, and I just felt something in my spirit. Okay, I'm supposed to support this guy, not just in prayer, not just with donations, but I will do both of those and obviously vote. But I'm supposed to do more. I get it. Like there were all these little things, and threaded throughout, where the government, has been laid on my heart. And then I keep seeing Mark everywhere. And like, he really is like standing up for things that I really, really believe in and want for Oregon. So I stopped the video and I emailed his campaign, and literally it wasn't even 20 minutes later, I got a phone call. I do not answer phone calls when I don't recognize the number, but I just felt like it was them. And so I answered the phone, and sure enough, it was a woman named Robin, who's in charge of all the volunteers in Oregon. And I told her that. I'm like, I knew it was you. And she said, well, I have so many emails to get through, and I'm, backlogged. I have like lots of people I need, for weeks that I need to get to, but I saw this come through and I knew that I needed to email you. So needless to say, I agreed to be the county lead for Lynn County for volunteers here, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. And I guess the moral of the story is to do it, and do it scared. You don't have to know how. I have met some really awesome people who are saying the same things I am. Like I've never been involved. I'm not a political person. I've never been interested in politics. I don't like how nasty it gets, but I want to see a change. And I know that I need to do more than just vote or, talk about it or whatever. And so anyway, that's my story. It has just been a huge blessing. I feel, again, honored to be part of it. And I encourage everybody to really, I think some people are also like, what's the point? Things are just crap. What's the point? What is my vote gonna matter? But you know what? It does matter. And the more people get involved, do their part to vote, get involved, the better it's gonna be. So if you don't know how to, then reach out to somebody. Reach out to me if you want to. Get connected. I think that some people, like in my position, I am more conservative, and people can be very nasty. I'm sorry, but people can be very nasty. And I'm sure there are folks who've experienced it on both sides, but I've really dealt with a lot of it from the other end of the spectrum. And so it makes you not want to say anything and like you're, quote, not allowed to or whatever. Well, you know what? That's not true. So there are more people like you than you think there are. I have so many people who have like messaged me or told me in person or whatever that, you know, how they really feel. And if other people knew that, they'd be shocked, truly. But they feel like they can't, you know, because they're going to be kind of tormented. You know, it's horrible the way people treat others with different points of view. On the side that says they're tolerant. Funny how that works. Anyway, so, and if you're interested, again, in their event, I would go to Restore 7. They have another one coming up April 29th, I believe, that weekend, and you can do it online from anywhere. And at the very least, I encourage you to get their workbook. And they have lots of great books also. RISE means Reformers Influencing Society Every Day. So I feel like as a Christian, I've known a lot of people who are like, oh, we're just going to sit back and wait for Jesus to come back. And I love that. I love you all, but that's not what we're called to do. Like, it doesn't tell us that in the Bible. We are actually supposed to be a part of our culture. We're supposed to be leading and guiding. And I think that's a message from the wrong direction, if you know what I mean, in terms of no. You just sit there and be nice. You be nice. And that's all that matters. Be quiet, be nice. Just sit and Jesus is going to come rescue you. I do not believe that that is what we are called to. So anyway, restore7.com. You can find me at Vibrant Life. That Vibrant Life is my website. Vibrant Life on Facebook. And then that_Vibrant Life on Instagram. I had to look that up really quick. Yes, it's That Vibrant Life. Facebook.com/thatvibrantlife. Sorry. You know how things work where you like, this is the name I want, but it's taken. Yeah. So That Vibrant Life is Facebook. All right, you guys, have a great day. If you have anything to add to this, I would love to hear about it. If you're in Oregon and you're not sure who you're going to vote for, look him up. Mark Thielman. I just really, really love what he stands for. He is pro-medical freedom. He actually, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent really quick here, but he actually did a live yesterday on his Facebook, look up Mark for Oregon, and talked about the Oregon Health Authority and how he really wants to see doctors come out from underneath that so that they're not dictated. You have to do what we want you to do, otherwise we're going to take your license. I am in the functional health world. I'm in the holistic health world. It does not really fall under things that entities like the OHA would have me believe or follow. You know, I believe in root cause health, root cause medicine, a root cause approach to optimal health, and that's not where they're at. And you know, this is my perspective, but I believe money in pharmaceuticals is where they're tied up in, and that's not what I believe in, period. I do believe there's a time and a place for pharmaceuticals, but it's not the first thing you go to. So I appreciate the ability to have doctors who are helping you through diet and lifestyle versus just, oh, you have this going on, here's a medication for it, you know? So I have seen many people get really jacked up because of that approach, really jacked up, and have been able to help some people turn things around. But we can't be living in a place that basically is taking away those opportunities for us. So that is what's happening, but we're going to stop it. All right, guys, have an awesome day and feel free to reach out.